Okay, it's Friday with the sauce. But it's going to be sporting sauce for you. This beautiful, fantastic Friday morning, the 16th day in the month of September, year 2022. This is the Integrity Station Splash 105.5 FM. We're broadcasting from the White House building, Elele, in the city of Ibadan. Yes, you're welcome on board SportsBang today. It promises to be another exciting time as we bring to you the best and the latest in the world of sports. Good morning to you. My name is Tunde Olawuwo. This morning, I'm riding, surprisingly, alongside Blessing for not surprisingly. Now, as if I didn't know yesterday was going to be Blessing this morning. But I mean, it feels good to have Blessing. And you know, anytime Blessing is on this show, I've noticed, I mean, winning Fridays like this, people get to win more. So she's here. Don't worry, I'm not going to make it unnecessarily difficult. You know, so if you win this morning, you know, credit goes to Blessing. And if you don't, I take that. Okay, don't tell me. I mean, in 1 year, we're going to have two of the greatest of all time in the world of tennis, Serena Williams and Roger Federer, retiring. I hope that is not going to be the case. Well, maybe Blessing has got something to confirm for that, for us on that. That's from the world of tennis. And in athletics, well, I mean, great honor. I saw this yesterday and I was so wild with excitement. Tobiloba Amusho, the Amazon, I mean, the golden girl when it comes to Nigerian athletics at this point in time. She's not the only one, but, you know, she seems to be the face. She got a national honor. We'll be telling you about it this morning. Also in the Europa League, UEFA Europa League. Many games played yesterday. Interesting results all over Europe. We're counting down to the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar to start in November this year. So, this and more you'll be getting on SportsBang. Don't forget that every Friday like this on our Facebook fan page, we have something very special for you. So, we have dropped our teaser for today and we're hoping that you will be the fastest person to get it right. I'm a former teammate of Julius Caesar. Of course, we're not talking about the Roman Emperor.
We know that.
I'm a former teammate of Julius Caesar and I've never played at the Senior FIFA World Cup. I made my UEFA Champions League debut at the age of 18 and I've won the competition just once. So what do you think this figure is? Please read the lines carefully. I'm a former teammate of Julius Caesar and I've never played at the Senior FIFA World Cup. I made my UEFA Champions League debut at the age of 18 and I've won the competition once. Who am I? You can go straight to our Facebook fan page where we're streaming this morning. And you just go to the comment section and let know what your take is. It is Splash 105.5 FM. And in case you're logging in for the first time, it's www.facebook.com/Splash 105.5 FM Ibadan. I am Tunde Olawuwo. Blessing for us right here. Good morning, Blessing.
Yeah, good morning to you, Tunde. Good morning to the city of Ibadan. Super Friday morning, and I'm happy to be sitting across you again on this table. It's been a minute, and yes, we're ready to have fun. It's the start of the weekend, and how about we just enjoy it by winning gifts.
Okay, so this is how you want me to enjoy it. Roger Federer, one of the greatest players of all time, will retire from top-level tennis after the Lever Cup in London this month. The 20-time Grand Slam champion has not played since Wimbledon 2021, after which he had a third knee operation. Now look at this so that you don't think we're making it up. My body's message to me lately has been clear. This is Federer speaking. I've played more than 1,500 matches over 24 years. Now I must recognize when it is time to end my competitive career. To the game of tennis, I love you and will never leave you. Blessing.
I mean,
this is a farewell message.
It's a farewell message, absolutely. I've been wondering myself, the moment Serena came out with the letter, what she wrote in Vogue, that she was evolving away from tennis, I began to ask myself, at what point are we going to be getting something similar from Roger Federer?
This one is clearer than...
Yes, it is absolutely clear. I mean, he knew what he wanted and then he went for it. I mean, Serena is still being coy about maybe she's going to return to one of those store games or maybe play at the Australian Open next year. But for Federer, it is clear, it is straightforward. I am done with the game, although the game will still be inside of me. But at this point, yes, at the competitive level, I mean, you're not going to see me on tour, you're not going to see me at Grand Slam event, but I'm still going to be a part of the game one way or the other. Basically, that's what he said in that about me playing competitively. It is done. But for Federer, he hasn't played in the last 1 year, so I knew that we probably were getting closer to that point. But then you look at his when he won his 20th Grand Slam title, it took him a few years before, between his 19th and the 20th, and in fact between, I think it was 18th and the 19th, and people thought, okay, maybe it is time for him to leave, and then he was still able to get his body to that level to get him to that point where he gets to win the 19th and of course the 20th. But his legacy will forever remain untainted in the game. Talk about someone who came on board, changed the game generally. We talked about Serena changing the game, especially for in the women's angle. Federer did the same for the game generally. So if you're talking about the greatest of all time, you're going to absolutely have to talk about Federer. I mean, you're probably not going to look at the number of Grand Slam titles that he's won.
I was going to say that.
I mean, yes, I know.
Because there are two guys
who are ahead of him. Yes, and
Rafael Nadal 22. Novak
Djokovic 21, and they're actually absolutely going to
active.
And they're even going to extend that gap because Nadal is ranked 3rd in the rankings. Djokovic is 7th or 6th, so it is still possible that those guys extend the rankings. But beyond the Grand Slam titles, beyond the number of ATP tours, 1,000 events, 500 events that he won, beyond all of those things, Roger Federer was a breath of fresh air when he came on board. I mean, the rivalry with Pete Sampras, and then he went on board. We saw Nadal come on as well, and they went beyond being rivals on court to being great friends. I keep saying that their relationship reminds me of what's attainable between Aaron Okodri and Omar Assar of Egypt. But this man is a legend. I mean, record breaker, you want to say. It is sad that he has to leave, and encomiums have been coming in for him from other top tennis athletes. And Rafael Nadal has had some things to say. In fact, he says it's a sad day for the world of tennis. Serena Williams also, she had a statement where she released and said, this guy is the GOAT. Venus Williams, every of those young tennis players who felt inspired by seeing Roger Federer play, definitely, I think all of them, everyone has to, give him a standing ovation. It's really huge for him to. I mean, this man held number 1 spot for 310 weeks. Now that is incredible. Roger Federer, the man, the myth, the legend.
And we can also, lay some kind of claims to him in Africa.
How?
His mom.
Okay, the South African.
I'm just saying. Okay,
but I feel like we no longer have to be laying claims to people anymore, because we actually have Africans who have been able to, do their own in a bit. Kevin Anderson of South Africa, I think his highest ranking was maybe world number 3 at some point. Ons Jabeur, who is doing it in the women's category, world number 2. I mean, those ones are not claims; they're actually African. So we can say one of our own.
None of those are anywhere close to this guys.
Of course not. But
yes. We know that maybe it's only a matter of time.
Yes, before she wins her first major.
Swiatek has made things impossible for her this year.
Yeah, this year, but she's always going to come very close, and at some point, consistency, she might just nick it.
20 Grand Slam titles, 103 career titles, second most of all time, 310 weeks as world number 1, 237 consecutive weeks as world number 1. The story of Roger Federer, of course, will be told for many years to come. But then he has announced that this month he will be retiring from the world of tennis at the competitive level. We have to move on SportsBang. Reigning African table tennis champion Quadri Arenas through to have moved one step up in the current International Table Tennis Federation World Ranking for men's singles. Arenas defeated Egyptian rival Omar Assar 4-3 in the keenly contested final at the ITTF competition in Algeria last week. Is now ranked 14th in the world following his remarkable feat in the competition. The 33-year-old amassed 500 points at the ITTF competition to unseat Timbol of Germany, who previously occupied the 14th spot. I mean, this guy is just a shining light for us, for our table tennis. And I always say this is one game that we are so good at. We have so many like him if we can, develop and be very intentional about this one. And quickly to athletics, President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday in Abuja approved conferment of national honors and cash awards of 200 million naira for Team Nigeria contingent to the 2022 Commonwealth Games and World Athletics Championships. Speaking at a presidential reception in honor of the athletes, the president reaffirmed his government's commitment to rewarding excellence, no less for members of Team Nigeria who ignited the spirit of victory in the nation through stellar performances at international competitions. Congratulating all the awardees and recipients, he expressed confidence that the gesture will spur them even to greater heights. The president will describe athletes as champions, worthy ambassadors, national heroes, and heroines, praised them for proudly flying the Nigerian flag in 9 sporting events. President Buhari called out the names of the gold winners and other medal winners, including the world champion in the 100-meter hurdles, Tunde Olawuwo, Esobrume, Blessing Oborodudu, Oluwafemi Ayofolashade, Taiwo Liadi, Ikechukwu Obichukwu, Bose Omolayo, Favor Fili, Nasir Sule, Ifechukwu de Ikpoyi, Ebike Wenimo, I hope I got that right.
As a wrestler.
And Anna Ruben, and finally Elizabeth Oshoba. I mean, great ambassadors of Nigeria.
Officer of the Order of the Niger. I mean, I'm just so happy that somebody actually listened to me, because while Tobi Amusan was breaking the world record in Oregon, I was saying that she deserved to be honored. I mean, given a national honor by the federal government, and I'm so happy that she's getting this Officer of the Order of the Niger and OON. I mean, it's actually higher in rank than the MON. I mean, we have MON almost always given to footballers, especially I remember the under 17 as that as an MON, to our name as well. So it's so huge that
MON is a member.
Is a member. This is an officer. So it's so huge that we are acknowledging them and appreciating them for what they have done. But I stumbled on a discourse on Twitter yesterday, Tunde, by a friend of mine, and she said, amongst all of these female athletes, particularly between Tobi Amusan and Azizat Oshola, she was asking the question, who is the most influential and who is the most marketable this year? Which felt a bit, you look at that discussion, it feels a bit difficult. But this,
I'll go for Tobi.
Tobi has, she has smashed records this year.
Yes.
So,
and you see, we are talking about individual sport here.
Yes.
Where 99.9% of all you achieve is down to you and maybe to your coach. But in football, it's team sport.
Team sport, yes, Tunde. But in the case of Azizat Oshola, I remember that she won the Pichichi Award.
Yes.
And all of that came from coming off the bench. She was a super sub, and she keeps getting the goal in a team that is so star-studded that she can't even nick a starting spot
she has
in.
MON. Right.
Yes, I know she has MON.
So that shows that, she's been rightly honored.
It just shows the trajectory that Amusan has been on.
Do some kind of comparison, and we can already see. Maybe I was thinking that Amusan should have gotten CON.
Come on.
So others get ON.
I'm all for it, but I think that may be a bit fast-stretched.
The people we give CON to is not as if they've done anything, extraordinary. Some of them by just occupying certain positions.
Yes, I do. Yes.
So
yes, I agree.
we're talking about somebody who has, in terms of influence, has inspired,
broken records,
a lot of people,
consistent in the process.
We can't even quantify,
and clearly doing it as a matter of fact.
But then, Tobi Amusan and the rest, ON, great one, congratulations. Moving on SportsBang, Valentine Ozunmwafo has been called up for Nigeria's international friendly against Algeria on September 27 in Oran. This was confirmed in a statement on his French club Sochaux website. The 23-year-old, who is on a season-long loan at Sochaux from Turkish club Galatasaray, was drafted in to fill the void left by injured duo Semi Ajayi and Kenneth Omeru, who have been ruled out of the game. Meanwhile, Super Eagles coach Jose Pesaro will also be without the quintet of Victor Osimhen, Sadiq Umar, Jamilu Collins and Akikumi Amao for the friendly due to injuries. According to reports, Pesaro has been forced to invite several uncapped players for the friendly against Algeria due to injuries to his top stars. Meanwhile, reactions have trailed the new Super Eagles jersey released by kit manufacturer Nike on Thursday. The Eagles, through their Twitter handle, posted the new apparel designed by the American company. Well, what's the issue with this one? We are not going to the World Cup, so what's the problem?
No, really, it felt like if you look at it, just it feels a lot like we are going to a party, and I said like we are going to a party in Djibouti. Honestly, it's Ankara. I love the fact that we are trying to infuse our touch, our traditional touch into it. I like it, but I felt it was a little too busy. Too many designs on it. I mean, I know how they are, the Ankara, they are direct.
Too many.
I know how. I know what
the issue is. This I've also seen it.
Honestly,
the problem is when you view it from the lens of what maybe Europeans or South Americans wear. But if you look at it purely from our own
again,
side,
I saw it on.
What is busy about
Tunde,
it?
I saw it on.
Does it distract anybody?
Yes, it does.
Distract who?
It distracts me personally. Today I saw it. I saw.
You are comparing that with France.
Today, hold on. No, I am not. I saw it. I saw it on the shirt that we're supposed to be wearing. The shirt is not even a green shirt. It feels grey. And number one, I'm looking at the color combination. The color mix. It felt a bit odd. It felt a bit off for me. The jersey itself. I felt it's okay to have some of this Ankara print design, Adire design, but don't make it too much. Honestly,
too much.
Besides,
how about even wearing proper Adire?
Besides, where are you wearing it to? You're not going to the World Cup.
Okay, now that's the issue. And I agree with you that we're not going to the World Cup, but we're still going to be playing games.
Well, I mean, international
friendlies.
Yes,
we are being used in a way as some kind of tune-up for some teams going to the World Cup.
Okay.
And is allowed.
Okay.
I mean, it is nobody's fault that we are not going to be at the World Cup later this year. Okay, the proposed 30 September Nigerian Football Federation Elective Congress in Benin City, Edo State, may no longer take place as planned. Why? This comes after a court order allegedly obtained on Thursday, according to Arisin Jala, the task force chairman for the Professional Footballers Association of Nigeria. Well, we leave the politicians to politics.
Yes.
Following the invasion of the Abuja office of the League Management Company by the Nigerian Police Force on Thursday, the Club Owners Association of Nigeria has condemned the act, describing it as unlawful. The LFC is the body in charge of organizing the Nigerian Professional Football League, but last Friday, a circular from the Sport Ministry described the league body as illegal. Blessing, what is this part also going on?
It is still a part of the politics, and prior to the election, I'm really surprised that we are having to deal with all of this. And then
making it sound like the general election.
Honestly, exactly.
When you see a matter of
you picked that out of my mind, because when I saw the news yesterday, that was the first thing I asked myself. And here we have the minister saying, all of this is not as a result of their forthcoming election which now may not hold because the court in Abuja is saying, we're not going to allow this go ahead. So I wonder why we have to, go into this murky waters of politics every time we have elections like this coming up. Honestly, we need to sort this as soon as possible if we have hopes of beginning the league again this year. That's how I see it.
Okay, in the Europa League, Cristiano Ronaldo ended his barren spell with his first Europa League goal of his career as Manchester United earned victory at Sheriff Tiraspol. Many games played. We may not be able to run through the result because of time, and some countries already releasing list of players for the next international break, which will be the last before
for the
World Cup in Qatar. We need to take a break now for the BBC Premier League update on SportsBang. By the time we return, the phone line to be open for you to join, to call us on 0809-155-1055, 005699867807069. 493000. Don't also forget that we still have our teaser on Facebook. I'm a former teammate of Julius Caesar, and I've never played at the Senior FIFA World Cup. I made my UEFA Champions League debut at the age of 18, and I've won the competition once. The Premier League update is here.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm Chris Coles at the BBC Sports Centre. Manchester United are off the mark in the Europa League thanks to a 2-0 win away at Moldovan side Sheriff Tiraspol. Jadon Sancho and Cristiano Ronaldo's 699th career goal, enough to earn Erik ten Hag's side their first victory of the competition. In the Europa Conference League, West Ham came from a goal down to beat Silkeborg 3-2 in Denmark. England manager Gareth Southgate has called up Ivan Toney for the Nations League games with Italy and Germany this month. The uncapped Brentford forward has scored 5 goals in 6 Premier League games this season. Here's our football correspondent John Murray.
the important thing about this squad is this is Gareth Southgate's last squad selection before he has to finalise his plans for the World Cup in Qatar, which begins 8 weeks today. So for Ivan Toney to receive a call-up now in the last squad before the 26 will be named, I mean, he has burst right into contention here, and he has got a chance of going to the World Cup with England, which is quite a story.
Details of the full squad at bbc.com/sport. Southampton manager Ralph Hasenhüttl has joined Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp in criticising proposals for a Premier League All-Star game. A North versus South match was just one of the suggestions made by the new Chelsea co-owner Todd Boehly to potentially improve the Premier League and raise funds to be spread throughout the football pyramid. Hasenhüttl says player welfare must come first.
And a little bit with Jurgen, who was absolutely against any new games, and because we all see the challenge for the players. I know that everybody wants to see them playing, me too, but I want to see the best players and I want to see them healthy.
For more football news from the BBC, go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Okay, before we open the phone line, to welcome back, first and foremost. Okay, let me see the entries out there. Rashid Aneka saying Douglas Mikan. Gumbiade Sharif, just good morning. Thank you. Olayinka Shafa. Mario Balotelli, I hope I'm correct though. Good morning to everyone. Okay, you hope you're correct. Good morning to everyone in the studio. The end of an era in the world of tennis. Roger Federer's rivalry with Nadal will be greatly missed. He was my favorite. Man United is back. Let Man City come next. Okay, be careful what you wish for. I'm just saying, there's a certain Ellen Brown Allen who seems to be able to close his eyes.
Who is on fire? Is a cheat code.
Oluwa Kayode Macon, okay. Sam Suli Samuel, Jimmy Traore, Solomon Jacob, good morning. Okay, that's another thing. He's asking for the title of the song we played. Which one? The one we started.
The one, yes, your favorite song.
Don't worry. You have to consult me after the show. Abiodun Falai Junio, and he's saying, okay, he's also thanking the federal government for the awards and the rewards.
Yes.
The Kabir Adeni, okay, he's saying happy to be with you this morning. He said Mrs. Fowe. I don't know where he got that from. Favor obeying you, Wesley Sniger. Adela Kumasi, good morning. Samuel Awarinde, I haven't seen. Oh, you won last week. Okay, I need to check. I need to check. I hope you have actually sent in your details. Olamide Ayodeji is saying the answer is Christian Pulisic. Temitope Oluwanishola Francisco Todo. Okay, I hope you didn't mean to say Toti. Lots of comment, but it is what it is.
Unfortunately, we do not have an answer from all of the comments that I'm looking at here. The answer is Vinicius Junior. He's played at the World Cup qualifying event for Brazil. He scored his debut goal for the national team, the 4-0 victory over Chile, and that was in the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualification match. But he's yet to play in the FIFA World Cup itself. So Vinicius Junior.
That's it. Let's see who we have. Guys, try again next week. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please, good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
Ayodeji from Ifo. Ayodeji Latif.
Ayodeji Latif, number what?
Number 3.
Number 3. Okay. Wow. This is a rather... Mozambique 2022 will be the 5th edition of the Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations. Mention the countries that hosted the first 4 editions of the tournament and the years it was hosted. Okay.
Even quickly before you ask the question. No.
You don't have the answer.
No.
Thank you for calling. You picked a tough one. Actually, I felt sorry when I saw it. But it happens sometimes. Hello, good morning. Let's hope the next caller will be lucky. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please. Good morning.
Good morning. Mubarak from Bodija.
Mubarak from Bodija. Don't be like Ayodeji Latif. Go for it. I mean, a rather cheaper one. Number what, please?
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, I think this is not as difficult. Bayern Munich have been unbeaten in the group stages of the Champions League since when? And who was the last team to beat them?
This question came on Wednesday. Just football, if you listened.
You know, the way we do it is that you need to have listened all through the week, because we draw a question from previous editions. It doesn't seem to have an answer. Josh is saying we have to go now. Okay, we can't take any more calls. Blessing.
Sorry to everyone.
I said something earlier.
Every time I'm on the show, people tend to win.
No, that's. I mean, if they win, it's to your credit, and if they don't.
Actually, whenever I came back, I gave away a hug, so I guess he perhaps passed that on to me.
Okay, so I mean,
it's AY's fault.
This has absolutely nothing to
do
with
AY's fault. It's AY's fault.
Thank you so much, Blessing.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Thank you, Josh, this morning for being so kind. I mean, far too kind with your time. My name is Tunde Olawuwo. Tomorrow at 12:30. World Sports will be all yours. 90 minutes discussing sport from a global point of view. Do have a fantastic Friday. Thank you for listening, and bye-bye.
Splash FM 105.5.
Hope you're having an amazing time where you are. Well, I'm doing fine myself, and I want to believe that you're doing well also. So here's the deal. I have a piece of information to share with you, and I'd like you to listen, because trust me, you don't want to miss this information. I have something really juicy to offer you, and you. Now, you know there are devices, and then there's Nokia devices. Unlike humans, there's something that will always strike you the most about a person. It could be their looks, it could be the way they talk, it could be just something that makes them unique or that makes them different. Sometimes it is their sleek personality